So I'm doing Sticky Ninja Academy because it's a cool game. I'm a big fan of it personally. Uh, Sticky Ninja Academy is a free-to-play online game that you can play on many websites online. For instance, I'm personally playing it on Cool Maths Games, which is a popular online flash game website that also has some maths related games. Sticky Ninja, however, isn't really much of a maths based game. I don't know why they claim it is, but yeah, they just do. The aim of the game is you're a ninja being trained. So that's why it's called Sticky Ninja Academy. There's actually a sequel which is called Sticky Ninja Mission, and in that game there's which is a lot less. It's a little bit more underground than Sticky Ninja Academy, but I personally haven't. I've played bits of it. I found it to be a little less gooder, and basically the aim of the game in Sticky Ninja is, well, obviously that you're being told by your master that you need to complete some missions so you can become a professional ninja. Which, I mean, who doesn't really want to be a ninja? Let's all admit it. But the aim is you're a ninja and you can stick to certain objects. You can't stick to all objects. For instance, if it's made of metal, you'll just slide on or off it. You also break things, as you just saw then. And then you need to kill the enemies. So there are the white ones with yellow belts, and all you need to do to kill them is just touch them, and then they're dead. Yeah. But the aim is you got to eliminate all the enemies. And then once you've eliminated all the enemies, you get the treasure from eliminating an enemy, and then you can go into the base. And when you go into the base, you go into the portal. Once you're into the portal, it's you complete the level. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting obstacles such as wind, which makes you move in midair, which is an interesting thing that they added in. Obviously on this level it's a bit of a difficult level because you have to time your things right, because there's moving blocks. Very interesting backgrounds and interesting background designs and things, and there's also the music is very nice. It's very popular. Everyone likes the Sticky Ninja Academy music, and it's good. It isn't violent or anything. You do kill your enemies. You end up on the harder levels. There's not just white enemy ninjas. There's also yellow ones who, if you hit them, they don't die. You need to hit them into spikes or lava, or you need to throw spikes at them, or you need to make them fall off the edge of the world, or you need to drop water on them and that will kill them, or you need to push them or something. And then there's the red ones, and if you touch If you touch a red one, you die. If you die, you have an infinite amount of lives. You just go back to wherever you were prior to when you made that jump. You can die by hitting into dangerous objects such as spikes, basically anything red, or if you fall off the world, or water, they will all make you die, which is not what you want to happen, because you obviously want to complete the academy. And there are some power-ups. Obviously, I mentioned you can throw spikes. Some of those spikes, you get those spikes from getting power-ups. You can also get the water power-up, which allows you to drop water on your enemies. Or you can get the green power-up that it's not really a power-up, it just makes a block appear, which is interesting, I think. But yeah, so it's not terribly violent. They are definitely dying, because I mean, you throw them into lava in later levels, which so it is a bit violent, but not overly violent. I'm sure there's some crazy people out there who are lobbying for Sticky Ninja to be like banned for violence, but I personally think that those people are just crazy, and yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to be a part of our society, because they clearly aren't sane. Another big problem with Sticky Ninja, though, that not that many people have really thought about is it's a racist stereotype of Japanese people, because obviously everyone knows that ninjas are Japanese, and it's got a lot of Japanese themes, like the mountain in the background that looks like a Japanese mountain, and it just doesn't really set a nice precedent for stuff, because I mean, like, it's meant to be a multicultural society and stuff, and it's just stereotyping the Japanese culture, which saying that they're all ninjas, which, I mean, Japanese people aren't just ninjas. They have more stuff in their culture than just being ninjas. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's not good. But the another thing is that, yeah, it's bad, because I mean, it's saying that Japanese people just kill for fun, because I mean, this is just a training mission and everything. Like, Japanese people, they don't just kill for fun. It's not actually true. In fact, here's a fun fact, Sticky Ninja Academy, that you probably didn't bother looking up, creators of Sticky Ninja Academy. The Japanese actually have one of the lowest murder rates in the whole world. So, that's actually quite interesting, that they make such a racist stereotype that all Japanese people just murder for fun, because actually it's more of a racist stereotype the other way around, that Japanese people don't murder for fun, because they have one of the lowest murder rates in the world. Interestingly, they also have one of the highest suicide rates in the world as well, but that's unrelated. It's just interesting that they decided to do such a mean, like, Japanese people. I'm sure most Japanese people don't like this game very much, just because of how it portrays them as all just mindless killing ninjas. Like, not all Japanese people know martial arts. Not all people from Japan are ninjas, okay? I just want to get that out there, because I mean, it just seems a little bit ridiculous that in the modern day and age, some people are still so close-minded that they think that all people in Japan are ninjas. Like, no, that's wrong. Not all Japanese people are ninjas. You can't just put them all in a box, man. They're people as well. They're as much of a person as you are, and that you think that just because they're Japanese, they're like a mindless killing ninja person. It's not very nice. I mean, it just makes me a bit upset, that people can be so cruel, It just makes me a bit, sad that society is like this, that obviously, I don't know how popular this game is in Japan, but I'd imagine it would be widely disgraced, because of its disgusting portrayal of Japanese people in such a negative light. It's just bad. Obviously, outside of this, it's an all-round great game. I don't think anybody's arguing that it's not a good game. It's just this one thing letting it down, which is a really, really, really massive shame, because I personally love this game. It's got that horrible racist undertone, and I don't particularly like it for doing that. But one thing is that how would I fix it personally is I'd make it so that the ninja isn't Japanese, because why does he have to be Japanese? That's like saying that only Japanese people can be ninjas, but that's not true. It's not true. Like, what if I wanted to be? Obviously I don't want to be a ninja, because they murder people. They're bad. In fact, why are people so? Why would they even want to make a game about ninjas? It's promoting violence in young children, because this game is mostly played by young children from when they are young, and I don't think it's a very good role model to have a ninja from any country. I don't think any ninjas are particularly good people. If you personally are, if you kill people, if you're an assassin, if you kill people for a living, you're just not a good person. You're not. You're a bad person. And obviously that's what ninjas are. They're just assassins, and I do not endorse the practice of being an assassin. I don't think that being an assassin is a good thing to do. I think it's bad, but I don't think that just saying that Japanese people can be ninjas is a good way to look at the world. Really, it's just a bit backwards, I just personally think. Yeah. Also, here's a yellow person, which I also think is a bit racist. Why did they make him yellow? Why do they have to make the person yellow? They could have made it green. I don't know. Yellow's just not. I'm not a huge fan of the colour yellow personally. I consider it. Obviously, it has a lot of bad connotations behind it. The colour yellow. It's the colour of sand and stuff. Well, really, some sand isn't yellow, so yeah, it's kind of a bit like, sand can be like all different colours. It can be black, it can be white, it can be multi. There's even pink sand in some places in the world. But yeah, I just think it's a bit bad that they're saying that, like there have been assassins in every culture, not just Japanese, but all we ever hear about are the Japanese assassins, and that's not very. Ninjas are a lot more well known in society, and that's not. Maybe that's not the best thing. Maybe we shouldn't just be showing this negative portrayal of Japanese culture. I mean, they've got a very interesting culture, I guess. I mean, really, there's a lot of things in Japan. It's not just all ninjas, and people need to try and look past that. Not everyone in Japan is a ninja. Yeah, the the big thing is just that people can be so backwards, and it just confuses me. I don't understand it. It's kind of interesting the way some people think it's just okay to just like portray all Japanese as ninjas. It astounds me that some people could be that backwards. Obviously, outside of this, it's a very, very, very good game. I highly enjoy this game, and I think most people around the world agree that it's a good thing. It's not too many people I know say, "Oh, Sticky Ninja, it's a rubbish game." It's got terrible music, and it's trash in every way. No one says that. Everyone says, "Yeah, Sticky Ninja, that's that game where there's a ninja and he sticks to things and you kill people. It's like a cool game because you jump around and stuff." Everyone likes Sticky Ninja, but so if it's got such a wide audience, like so many people enjoy it and love it, maybe they could have chosen like a more. Maybe they. It's not good that like so many people are being exposed to like this kind of racist undertone stuff. It's sending a bad message. I don't know. It just isn't. It doesn't feel right. It feels like you've got this kind of exposure and you're just using it for bad, not for good. You gotta use it for good, not for bad. Because I mean, it's important that we understand that other cultures you don't need to fear people from other countries just because some people in those countries are bad people doesn't mean that they all are. Not all Japanese people are ninjas. I really want to make that point clear, but with just the way that like they get portrayed as all just being crazy ninja people who just throw ninja stars, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It disgusts me. It really does. And I think it would just any Japanese person who I don't really know. I don't know anyone from Japan. I don't think, but I guess they'd all be. I'd presume that they wouldn't be too happy with. In fact, I have a lot of Japanese viewers on my YouTube channel, which by the way, you should also subscribe to. This is unrelated. Just thought I'd mention this, but I get a lot of viewers there, and I'm sure if I told them in Japan, I'm sure if I told them about sticky, it's kind of a bit right. I'm sure if I asked them what their opinion about Sticky Ninja Academy was, I'm sure they'd all say, "Oh, that game that portrays us all as just a bunch of mindless ninjas." They wouldn't be happy. They wouldn't be happy with that. They'd all agree that it's a bad thing and not a good thing in general. it astounds me that people can just be so backwards, so backwards, and to think that saying that one culture acts one way all the time, and it's such an evil thing to do. Like obviously it's not real. Like when I'm dropping water on these people's heads, well, they're not people, they're evil ninjas. Well, they're not really evil ninjas, because I mean it's an academy. Oh, well, if it's an academy, is it really killing bad guys, or is it just killing? Are they just dummies? Are they real people? It's a bit of an interesting thing to ask, but Japanese people, it's the fact that it's not. I mean, if it's not like, it's not graphic or anything, yeah, it's killing what I presume are people. I mean, I'm not saying that they're subhuman, or I'm just saying that they might not be actual people. They might just be dummies. Because I mean, it is. Well, if they are real people, that's a bit racist. Because saying that the Japanese just will willingly kill people just to get to their goals. But because if they are real people, I mean, obviously the master who look, spoiler alerts right here. The master is actually a panda. Which, I mean, that's also a bit racist, because I mean, pandas are actually from China, but this game is clearly set in Japan. So why that green thing I'm on right now, that's it's like a traditional thing here. I don't know. But Japan doesn't have pandas, so I don't know why they have. It's kind of blocking, just putting all East Asians into one big group, saying, oh yeah, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, they're all just the same to us. They're all just the same. They look kind of similar. You know what? They probably are the exact same. They've got the same kind of animals and everything. It's not true. It's not true at all. But anyway, they're saying that pandas are evil, because I mean, he's not portrayed as evil or anything, but he's just saying, oh, here's some people, yeah, they haven't done anything bad to you, you just have to kill them, and this is your training. Your training is to kill people. You're being trained by a panda, which, yeah, it's a bit racist. Maybe it's like saying that, oh, look at how evil. I'm a bit confused, to be honest. You're saying that pandas are bad, but you're also saying they're good. The panda does something that is very clearly an evil thing, just throwing away people's lives, just saying, oh yeah, here you go, you're a ninja, just kill these people for me. But he's portrayed in a good way, so I'm really confused by that, because obviously that's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. But the game says that, oh yeah, who cares? Just kill these random people. It's all okay. But it's really not, is it? It's a bad thing. Because murder is not good. Anyone who doesn't think murder is a bad thing. It's clearly a bit of a someone who is very, very wrong. That they're not right. If you think murder's okay, then you're wrong. Murder isn't okay. It's a bad thing. But saying that because they're saying all East Asians are okay with this, they're saying that, look, Japan, that all East Asians are the exact same, and and they're saying, oh look, all these East Asians, they'll just think alike. They'll just think, they will just say, let's just kill these people. But then they're also saying, but that's not bad, which really confuses me. Like, it's a lot of mixed messages. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, is that it's mixed messages. Does the game think that murder is okay? Is it portraying all East Asians as bad, or is it just saying, oh yeah, it's actually okay? Either way, it's racist, because either way, you've got two sides, right? One side, it's saying that murder is an okay thing, which is obviously it isn't, and it's still saying that, and yeah, on the other side, it's saying murder's bad, so therefore all East Asians are bad, even though that's a ridiculous thing to say, that only East Asians like do murder. Like, no. Yeah, but it just really, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Either way, so like, you've got one side, all Asians are evil murdering psychopaths, all East Asians are evil murdering psychopaths. It's not targeting, and it's only targeting East Asia, based on what I can tell from this. Not Southeast Asia, not West Asia, not South Asia, just regular, just East Asia. That's all they're targeting. But they're saying that all East Asians are bad, which, that's one side. Or the other side is murder's okay, which, or maybe they just think that they're trying to, maybe they're not trying to be racist. Maybe they're just trying to be inclusive, and like saying, oh look, sure, we may find murder bad, but in East Asia, murder's okay. Which, no, East Asians don't actually think that. If you think that East Asians think that murder is okay, then you think wrong. You think wrong. You think very wrong, because that's not true. I guarantee that if you go up to an average person from any East Asian, we're not talking about Southeast Asia or South Asia. I'm sure the same would be true for Southeast Asia and for South Asia and for West Asia, which includes the Middle East, if you don't know, so like the Middle East. The average person, or Central Asia, which is like where all the stans are, sure, the average person from those regions would not say murder is okay. I think you'd be very, you'd find it incredibly hard to find that many people. Obviously there'd be more people in East Asia who would say it's okay than in the West, because obviously there's more people there. So it doesn't, just because there's more people doesn't mean that it's any more likely. If you walk up to 10 people in the street here, like a million people in the street, that's probably more accurate, and then like 1 in a million people say, oh yeah, murder's okay. In Australia, there's only going to be 20 people. That's not right. I mean, obviously that's not quite that extreme. It's not 1 in a million. I mean, it should be, because murder's not good. Murder is never okay. Or, I mean, yeah, well, murder's a bad thing to do, and like, even if, like, say someone murdered like your friend, and then you murder them back, an eye for an eye, as Mahatma Gandhi, I think it was, said, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. And it's a good thing, because I mean, if we just all go murdering each other, then and everyone would be dead, and being dead isn't a good thing. I mean, that's a big problem with video games, is they just treat death as just such a minor thing. It's not. Once you're dead, you're dead. You never come back from being dead. You remain dead forever. Like, forever's a long time. You don't get to come back to Earth. You stay dead. Whether you believe that there's like life after you die, I mean, fine. You can believe that, but you don't believe that you're coming back to Earth. Everyone you knew, the Earth, you die, and dying, it's not a okay thing. But yeah, murder's bad. Don't do murder. But anyway, I don't think it'd be any more likely for you to find a person in East Asia or South Asia or anywhere in the world. You'd be just as likely to find someone here as you would be in East Asia. So the fact that they're saying that's what they're trying to say, if that is what they're trying to say, I mean, if they're not trying to say that, then they're trying to say something very bad. I mean, either way, no matter which way you try and look at it, like, you've got on one hand, they're saying, look at how bad all East Asians are, saying, oh, all East Asians are the exact same. They all think that murder is okay. And is murder, but that's okay, because I mean, we've got to be culturally the same, which is like, no. I mean, A, murder's bad, and B, no, not East Asia. In East Asia, it's not, murder isn't widely accepted as an okay thing to do. That's a ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous statement to make, saying that East Asians just like murder, because they don't. Then obviously, on the other hand, you have, they're condoning murder, and they're like saying, oh, murder's a terrible thing. Look at all these evil East Asians who are all just one massive group. Like, they just consider East Asians to be one big group. It's like, oh, all these East Asians, they're so evil, they think murder's okay. Obviously murder isn't okay. But we don't think murder's okay, so we're not bad. They're the bad guys, because they like murder. We don't like murder. Look at how evil these evil East Asians are. And yeah, it's intriguing to me that people can think like that. Like, no. It's not. That's not the way it works. East Asian. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is that it's a racist portrayal of Japanese people, because it's saying they're all ninjas. Like, it's just getting you the worst part of Japanese society and saying, oh, look at this. It's just endorsing it. It's just making that more well known. Then it's saying that all East Asians are just the same, which is obviously bad. And then it's just saying that all East Asians, including Japanese, including Koreans, including Chinese, they all just they all think murder's okay, or they're saying murder is okay, or they're saying murder's okay because, look, these people do it and they're good, and we don't want to look racist, which you are looking racist if that's the way you think, because no, these people don't think that murder is okay. The fact that you think that they think that murder is okay is racist in itself. Like, your attempt to not be racist ends up being racist. So, yeah. It's a good game other than this. It's a good game, like the actual game, like playing the game is incredibly enjoyable. I don't think there's there'd be many people who would disagree with this. It's a good game. It's not like a terrible game that everyone goes, oh, Sticky Ninja, oh, it's a trash game. Yeah, it's pretty trash. No. Most people love Sticky Ninja. I mean, I'm gonna just take a wild guess that most people here watching this video like Sticky Ninja. If you don't, fine. I mean, it's your opinion. I personally disagree with you. I mean, maybe you don't like Sticky Ninja just because of its obvious racist undertones and things. But if you don't like it for any reason, like because of gameplay, I don't really get where you're coming from. But yeah, I completely can understand why you wouldn't like this game. Like, I've obviously just given a ton of completely reasonable points as to why you'd hate this game, because it's got a lot of racism in it, which is bad. Some people will say that I'm just trying to, like, this is a bit of an extreme thing to say, like, it's just a game, it's just a kid's game just for little kids, and it's not racist. But it's putting these kind of seeds in small children's minds that this is where it all starts. Like, if you get them believing this stuff at an early age, they're just going to keep on believing it until one day they're going to be old enough to make independent choices, and those choices might be worse than the choices they would have made if they hadn't have had these small seeds planted in their mind. And if enough people have those seeds planted in their mind, and then they tell other people their opinions, and other people get influenced by them, it's just, it can affect the world that we live in. And people need to recognize that the world is being influenced by this kind of stuff, and it's not a good thing. It's not. I mean, I hope that everyone in this room, while you're watching this, agrees that racism is bad. If you don't, sure, I mean, you're wrong. It is a bad thing. Being racist isn't good. But yeah, Anyway, Sticky Ninja Academy. In conclusion, Sticky Ninja Academy it's an all-round overall. I mean, it's got it's an amazing game. Like, the music, it's very nice music. Everyone loves I guarantee that everyone loves the music in Sticky Ninja. Everybody loves that music, like, or however it goes. Sticky Ninja, the music's great, the atmosphere's great. You really feel like you could be a ninja, which obviously isn't a good thing, but you do feel like you are a ninja, and you want to be a ninja, which is obviously also a bad thing. Like, you think that it's a good thing that you feel like a ninja. No, it's not. Being a ninja isn't a good thing. Being a professional assassin is kind of frowned upon in most societies, I'd say. Yeah, but it is a good game, good design, good. It's like enjoyable to play. It's a good game because you can just play through all the levels relatively easily, and it never gets boring. Every level has a new challenge. It's not overly complicated or anything. It's a very simple but enjoyable design, which I think most people would highly enjoy. Obviously, so besides the racist stuff, I'd say this game would be a very good game, and I personally enjoy it quite a bit. But unfortunately, it's just the racist undertones towards Japanese and East Asian people as a whole that really lets this game down. Like, if that wasn't a thing, it could be a really, really good game. It's just unfortunate that people, narrow-minded people, putting their opinions out there that are just wrong. They're wrong. Okay. East Asian people don't East Asian people don't think that murder's okay. East Asian people they're not just one big group. There's multiple groups out there, you know. It's a bit ridiculous that, like, obviously this game was made a couple years ago, but it was made in my lifetime, so it's not that long ago. And the fact that people still, and obviously anyone can play it still, and it's still incredibly popular, and the fact that people are still believing this stuff, and I thought that, like, we could get over this stuff, but yeah, clearly we're still fairly backwards in some ways, and it's just bad. It's just reinforcing a negative stereotype, which is, it's not a good thing. Besides that, though, very good game. Very, very good game. If it weren't for these massive issues, I would say it's a solid B+. B+ from me. But because of these massive issues, it just loses. It's probably an F, to be honest, because, I mean, well, the gameplay and everything, it's a fun game. It's a funny little game. It's a very fun game. I mean, obviously racism isn't funny. It's deadly serious. But it's an enjoyable game. It's just, the idea that this game could end up resulting in terrible things happening, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. That people could get hurt from the messages that this game is spreading, the lies that this game is spreading, because it's not true. Japanese people aren't all crazy ninja assassins. East Asians aren't all just one massive. They aren't all the same. They've all got. Everybody's their own individual. They've all got their own personalities and everything, and putting everyone into a big group, that's not good, you know. But if it weren't for that, it's a good game. But because of that, it's a bad game. Anyway, I think I've gone on for a little bit too long. So, yeah, bye. Thank you for listening to my opinion, to my, game design report. I hope I have raised some issues with you, and that you agree with, you've been able to, like, see my point of view, and, like, maybe I've even convinced some of you of this, because it is, obviously some people are just going to say this is ridiculous, it's not true, but I think it is quite an important issue. And yeah, anyway, thank you. Can I get an A? Bye.